You are now listening to Timebite, hosted by me, Stephen Clark. Hope you enjoy the podcast. Hey there, everybody. It's your boy, Steve. Once again, for Timebite, episode 143. Which is like almost a 150, which is pretty crazy in itself. I can't believe I'm this far, but it is. But today I have someone on who's actually related to someone else I had on the podcast. I forget what number it was, but I think it was my second year, I forget what year it was, but I had Crunchy Pop on the podcast, and he was fun and enjoyable to talk to. But today I have literally his brother, who's related to him, who also kind of cosplays. It's just more like when I feel like it kind of attitude though, and there's also a Homestuck and all that stuff to him with I'm here with Mister Saturn. Hi.
Hello.
I almost said Crunchy Pop Jr., but then it would not make sense.
I mean, I guess not. I didn't even realize he was called like Crunchy Pop in that case. That's funny.
Yeah, he calls himself Crunchy Pop on. Well, he said that he changes his username all over the place. I said Discord, which is only Crunchy Pop.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that is true. I keep forgetting he's Crunchy Pop on Discord.
But,
oh, jeez.
But yeah, man, how are you?
Doing all right. I've been on vacation from work, so I'm just working a lot on mostly art.
Yeah, so, like, I'm guessing you just draw art and like what kind of artist are you? Do you just draw art and take commissions and do stuff like that, or are you also like an artist, like in the way music and art things too?
Well, mostly I work on a webcomic, but I do draw other stuff. I haven't done commissions in a while because it kind of was overwhelming on top of the comic, but yeah, I mean, mostly I've been working on a comic for the last 5 years or so.
Webcomic, you say, "Hey, Hussy." No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it ain't anything nearly as ambitious as that.
No, that.
I wish.
What? What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, I wish it was as ambitious as that, but I didn't got the energy. But I'm still proud of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, it's like Hussy is something else, man. He's like a whole different animal.
Okay, yeah, I mean, like, just the whole setup of Homestuck is absolutely insane, and I kind of love it for that.
It's crazy. It's out of this world. It's off its wall. It doesn't know what it's doing, but I love it.
It actually had a decent impact on my comic, at least to some extent. A little bit, it impacted the setting, and it impacted like how I started it, where it was like I didn't have a plan. I just kind of was like, all right, I have a couple major plot points, and I'm just gonna go.
And do you like post it? And do you have do you make like a WordPress site for this thing, or are you going like full webtoon with this?
So I go through a site called Comic Fury. I could share the name, the URL if you want.
Yeah, I can share it on the Facebook page.
Yeah. Well, the comic is called If I. I'm not gonna lie, I've actually never been a fan of the name. Yeah, I needed something ambiguous, and I think I had just played the game off. So I was like, oh, that sounds kind of like off. But it's the URL would be if-I. But yeah, so the URL for my webcomic would be if-I, so just if-I, and then .thecomicseries.com. in the comic series, of course, just one big word.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it, no, remember, I don't know if you'll remember this. Remember what you call it? Um, the old Kmart commercial that was like, that was like, about shipping stuff, but it said they made it sound like that you were, that was like, shipping your pants.
Shipping your pants. Oh, is that was out a commercial? God, I
Yeah, but
missed out on that one.
it was supposed to be, it was supposed to act like they were saying the swear word, but except they weren't.
Yeah. When was that? Like,
God, that was like probably when I was in high school. Old, like
oh,
2010 maybe.
oh, geez, because like I remember I haven't had TV, like just TV in a long time. So like I miss out on so many commercials, and I'm trying to remember when I when we canceled like cable TV.
Yeah,
Oh,
because no, there's those no, because it's funny. It's like like it would be funny like if like your the name the if I was like you're kidding me. If I shit my pants right now, I can. You're serious? I can shit my pants. like right here.
yeah, no, it is a very weirdly ambiguous name, so there's a lot of jokes you could make.
Like
Um,
I love that commercial. It's like you could ship them right here. like
right here, right now.
the,
Um,
and then the little kid comes in like I'd love to shit my pants, Daddy.
oh my gosh.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's good though.
The other
Some commercials.
the other good one was they did another one and and they were using big gas savings, but obviously you know what that was gonna sound
Oh,
like.
yeah. Just say it fast enough, and you know. Oh, jeez. Um, I do want to plug. Not to harp on my comic, because I know it's not all about like me or anything, but
Hey, no, I
um,
mean talk about your
but
comic all you want, brag about it as much as you like.
oh, mostly I was just gonna say like fair warning if anyone looks it up right now, like the last page was pretty violent, so just warning, I guess content warning or what have you.
Not spoiler warning, just content warning.
Yeah, it's oh, I mean, I am on chapter 13, so it's like page almost 450 pages. Holy crap. It's a lot for me anyway. But
That's
yeah, no,
really
it's a
cool.
pretty violent page that I last updated. So just to be warned, it doesn't usually get that violent. It's a pretty tame comic though, for the most part. There's a little swearing here and there.
Oh, hey man, I mean like whatever makes your comic more the juicier the better.
Yeah, I try to. There's some things I try to like because I've read a lot of web comics in the past. I haven't kept up with many recently, but I would notice little trends I didn't want to latch onto, and one of those was like fan service. I didn't want to do too much of that. So don't worry, there ain't a lot of that, unless of course that's what you're looking for. Then sorry.
If you're looking for nothing but cruel humor, it ain't here.
Oh man, though. But yeah, it's that's mostly what I spend my time doing. Um, I mean, of course, I work on other stuff. I drew a drawing for Mario Day yesterday, which I was talking about. I was talking to you about that last night.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna no. I mean no. Nerd chat was trying to call me for the second time, and I had to.
It's always that kind of timing, right?
Yeah, not gonna do that. a little pulling back the curtain. Now I got a message. Now I got a message saying, "Hey, I'll call you later."
Yeah, well, at least they finally are like, hey. um, well, yeah, no.
No. I mean, like, yeah. Sorry about that. I didn't expect any of that to happen. But
That's all good. Yeah.
anyway, so okay, you which I'm calling you also cosplay, obviously.
Mhm.
Well, well, I guess you used to. I don't know if you as much anymore, but
Well, only because of the pandemic, I haven't. Um, I've had others because there was going to be conventions I was going to go to, but next one, I guess whenever that is.
so like basically tell us like I usually ask is like the very beginning, but I didn't want to start out like every other cosplay episode by doing that. So I mean
Oh
like
yeah.
so tell us, man, where did it begin for you?
Uh, Mostly my brother because he was doing it and he really liked conventions, and I'm like, oh boy, I want to do this too, and I didn't want to go there just dressed as myself. You almost feel out of place if you're not in costume and cosplay or whatever. So I was just like, sure, and I have a lot of favorite characters and from a lot of different things. So
You're like, yeah, I'll do this, even though I'm gonna have to paint my face gray half the time, but I will do it.
well, to be fair, I only did that one. I actually only did a troll once. So so, but hey, at least it turned out well.
No, the problem with me in doing is because with me, I wear glasses and I
Mm.
can't see without wearing them. So like face paint
Oh
and
yeah,
glasses do not mix, and I tried.
yeah. Though I got glasses too, but I can kind of see without them. It's just hard to focus. But yeah, that would present a bit of a problem.
Yeah, because like I don't know, because like the only thing I think that it really affects is like the bottom part of my glasses here that touch my cheeks, and then the nose grip. Yeah, but that's it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, I wore because I did Equius, right? That's one of the few characters. That's one of the characters I did,
Yeah.
and
Before he goes on about this, check it out. This guy is the man when it comes to
oh yeah,
cosplaying my boy.
yeah. If only this was like a video or something, I could actually share like a photo. But yeah, I'll have to. So like maybe I'll have to post some. I probably still have some of the pictures myself. I know my brother's got more of them, but um, yeah, Equius. Like he was my favorite troll, so and there wasn't enough of him. You don't see a lot of him at conventions. Like
Mhm.
you see some, but
He's
he
like
doesn't.
he's like the it's like you really gotta look for him because no one really ever does him. It's like
Yeah,
now the characters that people don't really cosplay at conventions from Homestuck that I wish there would be more of is that there's not enough Equus, there's not enough Terezi, and that's pretty much it out of the main
oh,
characters.
oh yeah. I've seen Terezi a bit more, but still, yeah, no, that'd be good. Equius gets. I think Equius is just kind of a divisive character for some people.
and in like but if you go to the convention, there'd be like tons of Briscoes, tons
Oh yeah,
of Roses and Roxy's and Dave's, obviously, and
oh yeah. Well, the
Carcats.
humans are super easy, so you see tons of them for one, and then with the trolls, yeah, certain characters like Vriska's wicked popular, like so popular.
Yeah, and Carcat and Tavros and
Mm.
Kanaya.
I, I wouldn't want to do Tavros, not with those horns.
Yeah, not with those beefy long horns that you freaking can't even get through a single hallway with those things on.
Just imagine doing oh god, what was it like it's been so long since I read it. His ancestor.
Yeah.
What did they call him? I can't remember.
No,
Uh,
there's the pre scratch and the post scratch and the
well, because not Rufio, but like his ancestor from like
you
their
mean
timeline from their universe.
you mean like technically their parent?
Yeah,
I
trying to
forget
remember what he's called.
I forget what it's technically called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to. It's like how Kanaya's ancestors the Dolorosa or something, or how Karkat's is the Sufferer. I can't remember what that one's title was. But either way, I'm just imagining doing him because that guy's horns are even bigger. Like you wouldn't walk through. You couldn't. You really probably couldn't walk through a door with that.
Yeah, because like, no, dude, there was like a convention I went to. I think it was my first one ever back in 2015. I think it was, or
Oh yeah.
and I went there, and someone I think it was Rufio, or I think it's the character we're talking about. This person freaking had horns longer than I can imagine or even think about. Or these things were long.
Like longer than you are tall. So
Yes, it was longer than I was tall, and they had them on their head, and they're walking around with that. How did they do it without hitting anyone?
when, people are nuts when it comes to cosplay. I wish I had that level of like dedication, but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of tend to go for ones. I try to go for ones that are more, I guess, easier to do. Well, okay, I take that back. The last major one I did was a huge pain, but it was a lot of fun, and that was I was Hornet from Hollow Knight.
Yeah, um, whatchamacallit, like I don't know that character, so like
Oh yeah.
I can't tell you anything about it. But like I actually have done Equus myself, but mine is nowhere near yours.
Oh well, thank you for one. Um,
Because
I just
what's that?
Oh no, I was just like, I just know I wanted to do a troll instead because the humans. I did one human. I did Jake before, and like that was great, but he's so easy and like basic. So I was like, I just want to do something that's a little more involved, and Equius is my favorite troll. Um, so and I guess it just worked out. I'm not really all that buff, so I don't know how it did, but
No. I don't think. The beam buff is a plus, but it doesn't. It's not really needed
I suppose yeah.
because all you're doing
I
is
mean,
just playing a character. You're not. It's not like you're. It's not like you're like trying to be the character. You're just playing the character.
oh god, I hope I'm not trying to be the character. I love him as a character, but oh my god, he is such a strange. He's such a weird guy.
He's such a stretch.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you actually do
It's like,
the voice to go along with it?
oh, well, I should or I.
No, do you?
Oh, do I? Oh gosh, I've done it like, or at least what I imagined his voice to be anyway, which is kind of breathy and kind of just like shaky. Like I don't even know if I can imitate how I used to do it. It's just like just like I feel. I don't know.
Yeah, stuff like that. I actually since I actually know how to do it. I can actually do his voice. It's well, no one knows what his canon voice is, but I did
Oh
his
yeah.
voice, and I did it even before I cosplayed him, and I did when I cosplayed him, and I did it in a panel, and it was crazy.
Oh man, I almost got to do a panel as Equius once. It got canceled. I was upset.
Because I can actually do the voice. I was like, and there, over there, I was very strong. Or
Yeah,
strong.
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that must have been a blast. I was like, I was so looking forward to getting to do that, do the panel myself like that. But oh well, it was like, how long ago was that? Jeez, I want to say that was like 2016 or something.
Yeah, doing the panel, especially as my boy, was exciting.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Man, yeah, it's just funny, like because you're primarily a Homestuck cosplayer, right? Just
Me,
like, yeah, or do you do other stuff too?
I well, I'm even though I've been going to conventions since 2015, I've been really doing my OC the whole time, and I did Equus for that one time, but I'm still I'm still expanding my horizons and still working on it. I want to be a Homestuck
Uh,
cosplayer mainly because I love Homestuck that much and I want to keep it alive, but like, but like, if I find other things I like, I'll cosplay from that too. But Homestuck is one I really want to get into the most. Is the characters I want to cosplay as, and I'm not the
Right.
sort, and I'm also not the sort of person like I also like Trezzy too, but I'm not gonna like cosplay her and be like male version. Like I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah, you can do what you want. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
know.
like, so like the character I mentioned before that I did, Hornet from the game Hollow Knight. She's a female character. Of course, her appearance is pretty ambiguous, so I suppose it doesn't matter too much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I mean, I've only done two Homestuck cosplays myself. I did Equius, I think multiple. I think I did him like twice, but and I did Jake once. But I've done a few other, I've done quite a few others. Typically, I go for like I have this problem where I go for like more obscure characters though, mostly because like nobody else does them, and then like nobody will recognize what I'm supposed to be.
No, Dio be funny. You should just go to a convention just wearing something that like you never wear before, like something that you never wear, like on the street even.
Oh, well, I did that last time. I did something like that.
No, I'm talking about not like you're not even trying to be a character. Like you're just wearing
Oh,
something different that you would never wear even on the street. And you go to a convention like that, and someone asks, "Oh, what character?" It's such you like being obscure characters. They just go like, "Hey, what character are you supposed to be?" And you say, "I'm just myself, just wearing different clothing." Like, oh, crap like that.
yeah, I'm just being me. I'm just vibing. But like, no, I think one of the last ones I did was, well, it was a character. It was an obscure character, but it was definitely nothing I ever would have worn typically. And I actually had to wear a dress and heels and makeup. And oh man, I don't ever want to wear a dress again. That wasn't comfortable. I didn't like that.
Yeah,
And I'm not, and like not even because like, oh, it's like, oh, I'm a guy. No, it's not even like that. I'm just like, man, like I had to watch how I was sitting down all the time, and like it's too breezy. I don't know. It was just weird.
yeah. I mean, like I would. I'm not that sort of person either. Yeah, I know you say like, "Hey, do whatever you want, man." I mean, like I know that. I mean, but like, you see, I'm not. For me personally, I've never been a guy that's like been like, "Oh, I like a take Trezzy for example again. Like if I like she's my second favorite character. It's not like I'm gonna just start cosplaying her now because me cosplay. I'm not the kind of person that does the gender swap thing.
I mean, yeah, that's obviously like a comfort level thing too. Like if you don't feel comfortable with that,
And even
that makes sense.
and even though cosplaying her is basically how I dress in real life, it's just
Yeah.
like it's still.
I mean, again, it's like whatever you're comfortable with. I like to push myself sometimes to do things that would typically make me uncomfortable, just because like for me, it's my attempt at like I don't know, I guess just helping my own self esteem or something, help build myself up.
like
So yeah, that's why I'll do stuff like that sometimes.
like the offspring, your self esteem.
The Offspring, oh my gosh, haven't heard them in forever. That's another thing about me, by the way. Huge music nerd, so bring up music and it's all over. I'll talk about that for hours. Jeez.
Yeah, so like I guess I guess we can talk about that. I mean, like
Oh, if you want, I don't.
what what kind of like for me when it comes to me talking about my music, I mean like I listen to like a lot of rock and a lot of like variations of rock, I guess you could say. But I mean
Oh yeah.
it's mainly just like in my Spotify or like in my phone. This is what I listen to, sort of thing.
Oh.
But for you, what you listen to?
So I do typically listen to rock, mostly like alternative rock.
Hmm.
But like I will try anything. Like recently, I listened to like a late '50s gospel album, and it was actually really really pretty. I really liked it. But it's like I'll listen to like whatever. But one of my favorite, like some of my favorites, I think like the one band that that's on my favorites list that like everybody probably knows is
Yeah, I know them.
yeah, everyone seems to know them. I've been digging Modest Mouse a lot lately.
Hmm.
Um, there's a few
No, I
there's a
mean,
few other like a lot of my favorites are like kind of weirder and are a little more obscure, but
Now
it
the
ranges.
now the funny thing is that your brother was telling me that like you like the music that you listen to is like these weird outgoing kind of music that he that's like how can you listen to that sort of thing?
Yeah, I have a few. I have a few for sure. Like it's funny. Everybody thinks that everyone will be like, "Oh, your taste is so weird," and like some of it's really normal, but then like I'll turn around and listen to like The Residents, just like this like early 70s avant-garde group, just really really out there.
I mean,
Like,
the '70s were a crazy time. I mean,
oh, this is wild. This stuff was wild. Like this band, they I think they have like over 50 something albums now. They all wore like eyeball masks and like suits with top hats, and like nobody ever knew who they were. And I think to this day, we've only learned one of their identities, and it's because they passed away.
that's nuts that you're a band that's that secluded but also making music. It's
Oh yeah, and consistently.
if you were
It's
I don't know if you're a musician or not, but like if you are, would you do that?
I don't know. Like I do play guitar a bit and sing. I'm not super good at guitar, but I wanted to learn at least enough so I could write my own songs,
Hmm.
and I'm still trying to work on that. But I don't know if I'd want to go that level of obscurity because I mean I'd be lying to myself if I said that I didn't like at least a little bit of attention.
Hey, no, it's fine.
Yeah,
Those guys
it's
honestly
like,
don't want attention.
yeah, it's everybody wants some validation. So I'm like, I probably wouldn't be that obscure, but I probably wouldn't like push for like stardom either. I actually don't really want to be super popular.
Well, I mean, if the music doesn't do it, the comics sure will.
Yeah, I just make it. I figure whatever happens, happens. Like if it takes off, cool. I guess that's awesome. I'm pretty happy even with the moderate level of the moderate like following that it has.
Like, like if the comic gets big enough and people are latching on, and you're actually gaining a fan base, and let's just say if it turns hussy levels, will there be like merch made for it, T-shirts made for it, like cosplays, hopefully from
Oh,
it?
it'd be amazing.
Like,
I I've definitely thought about like what it would be like if it got like a full blown fandom. And part of it is super exciting. And I get like a taste of it every once in a while because I have like, there's a few hundred people or so reading it probably. And, some of them I've had people come up with theories. I've had people ship the characters here and there. But, man, though, to see like merchandise and like cosplay and like fan discussion going around. Sorry, excuse me. That'd be wild. I guess what scares me is how drama filled fandom culture has become. That's the thing that scares me about that.
yeah, because because here's the thing: as long as Homestuck has been around, there hasn't been a single cartoon, a single movie made about it.
Oh yeah.
And I wish there was, but that's just me.
Oh
Um,
yeah. It's like I'm not sure how I feel about like I feel like Homestuck works the best as it is, like on the internet. Because I think the most impressive thing to me about that comic is actually the presentation itself.
mhm.
Because, like, I mean, not to say anything bad about the plot or anything. I mean, all that stuff, the characters and the plot are great, obviously. But man, like the way it's presented is something I really can't compare it to much of anything. I mean, the way it utilizes animation, playable games, different platforms, even how he utilized Vine when that was still alive anyway.
Oh
Just
God,
other tricks with like HTML, like or just editing, just like website like layout stuff. Like how they had a separate sort of subplot going on at the same time in the website's banner, and you had to like hover your mouse over it and the hover text would show up, and that would sort of give you a little description of what was going on up there while the main plot was going on where it normally does.
hmm
Like that kind of stuff was really like one of the biggest things I think that got me. I was just like, that's so weirdly creative, and that's like no other way you could ever do that without the internet. It's the only real way to do something like that.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this would be a really interesting concept. If your comic actually gets to those levels, can you imagine just going on Instagram and just seeing Homestuck XFI?
Oh my gosh, that would be weird.
like Homestuck crosses over into your comic and it becomes the most amazing thing ever.
It's kind of funny. I mean, um, I don't. I'm trying not to like sound like too vain or something, but it's like it's funny because like the comic is has a lot of similarities in that it's like a multiverse type of story,
Hmm.
and so it's got that like over the top like cosmic scale. It's very different in a lot of other ways. Of course, it's a lot more alien, but it's still it's like it could almost work in the sense that Homestuck is so focused on alternate dimensions and all that kind of stuff.
Like the yeah, like alternate dimensions and alternate universes and on top of that, alternate planets.
Oh, God, and time travel. Oh, jeez.
Just going up and down, left and right, everywhere in between.
Yeah, pretty much. And like that's the one. That's actually one thing I do not want to touch in my comic is time travel. Of all the things that like Homestuck did, that's one that I don't want to touch because that gets so confusing. I
Like,
think I think Homestuck handled it pretty well, though. I mean, it was confusing, but that's just because of the concept of time travel. I thought the way that they handled it was cool.
does your music intertwine with your comic? Does your music influences like intertwine anywhere with this comic at all?
Oh, like the stuff I listen to?
Yeah, yeah, the stuff you listen to. Like, is it like a an influence to anything on your comic or anything? Cause sort of that.
Oh, absolutely. So, like, a lot of it is influenced by music. Most of the characters I make for anything are influenced by stuff I was listening to. And for the this comic, I think the biggest things were the band. There was a few bands that I was listening to when I started it. One was an Icelandic band called Sigur Rós. I think I'm
Mm-hmm.
pronouncing that right. Um, Also a band called Swans that I love, but one of the other. Oh, also the flame. Oh, sorry, I just bumped my table.
No, it's fine.
Also the Flaming Lips. They have a very big impact on them. But I even named a couple characters after some of the stuff by that band Sigur Rós. One of the characters, his name is Quaker, which is after their album of the same name.
Yeah, because like can you also like wait you said Quaker, right? You didn't say Quaker.
Oh no, it's like it's so it's hard to say it. I think it's Kveikur. So it's like Quaker.
Okay, because I was gonna say if you named one of your characters Quaker, I'd be like, did they make oatmeal?
Yes. Imagining him with like the hat. It's
No,
funny because the character in question is just like a large black cat with like one big yellow eye for like a face.
they quaver oats.
Oh my
And
goodness.
his face is straight on the package, and it's just like for your best for your nutritious morning of alien hunting.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, it's man. Yeah, I don't know. I've put a lot of influence. There's been a lot of influences on the comic though overall. And again, Homestuck was definitely one of them.
I mean, did you ever read like Problem Sleuth and all that, or just Homestuck?
I read I believe I read Jailbreak and I started to read Problem Sleuth, but I think I kind of just like lost track of it.
You know, funny enough, I mean, like I know he has Problem Sleuth and all these other things, but it's just like when I haven't read Problem Sleuth or anything like that, but like it's just Homestuck though, just Homestuck.
What's kind of his magnum opus at this point? That's the thing that everyone's got. He's going to forever be known as the Homestuck guy.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember when Hussey. Well, I never got to meet Hussey. I want to though,
oh yeah,
but like, but I remember like people telling me he used to do cons and used to tour around and meet people like I think like a few years ago, and now he doesn't do it anymore, even before the pandemic.
oh yeah. No, I almost met him once, but because he was at a convention, but he was you had I guess you had to like sort of like, I don't know if it was like buy a ticket or something. It's like something you had to sort of like sign up for like ahead of time. So I couldn't get to meet him, but I got to see him from a distance.
dude, like man, if I would have. I mean, like I don't know how much that ticket would have cost, but I would have made sure I had the money to freaking meet the man Andrew freaking Hussey.
Yeah, I think it was actually like it was like kind of pricey, but not like way out of my price range. So I was like, oh, if I didn't even know about that ahead of time. Otherwise, I would have probably bought the ticket or whatever it was.
Like they had like his own little thing made or whatever, and he like
it was just like a What Pumpkin booth, and they were just selling, and like they set up like some barriers for like a line, and then he was just kind of sitting there signing stuff.
Was he also like drawing whatever, like just to be like, hey, look, it's Andrew Hussey and he's arting right now. Ooh, it's so exciting.
I would assume, but I wasn't like close enough to see. I think this was like what was this, 2015 or 2014? I can't remember. It was Anime Boston.
It was probably around when Homestuck was bigger than the con life itself, which was probably 2012.
Yeah, it was like a little after that, but it was like, Homestuck was still pretty big. It hadn't ended yet, so I think they were like during the Gigapause or whatever at that point.
No, but the thing is that Homestuck is now back. There's Homestuck 2. How is Homestuck not as popular as it once was now?
Oh god, well that's like a whole other thing. I haven't actually touched that yet. I'm a little uncertain whether I want to or not, but mostly just because I hear so many mixed opinions. But I don't know, maybe someday I'll read it.
Yeah, because like you would think since now there's a sequel and there's Hive Swap, you think that the Homestuck fandom would be right back where it was all those years ago.
Like things, it's funny. Like things just kind of come and go, and some things. Sometimes they catch on, sometimes they don't. Like Homestuck itself, like the main story, as far as I can tell, as far as I'm concerned, is over. But like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Hive Swap just wasn't reaching people as well. I mean, I've heard it was good.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's gonna like make me play it sometime.
Probably, knowing him.
Oh yeah, well, I'm already making him watch me play a game. So like, what? Because he won't play games himself half the time. I always like, hey, play this game, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'll try that, and then he just never plays them.
He's like, no, wait, what game is it?
Oh, it was an indie game I beat recently called Anodyne 2.
Mm-hmm.
Really good game. It was really, really surreal, but really good game.
Wait, what happened to Anodyne 1?
Oh, Anodyne 1. That one I beat 2. It's good, but it's not. Anodyne 2 is much better.
That's no. I mean it's weird that you say that because when you talk about movies in that fashion, the first one's usually the best, and the second one usually isn't the one that's not that great.
It always seems reverse with games, at least to me. Well, I can't say always, but it seems like it's reversed more often for games where like the sequels usually are better because they just take the original game's mechanics and just expand on them.
Mm-hmm.
Or they completely ruin it if you're something else. I don't want to make hot takes. I don't want to make too many hot takes, but I have a few.
Like yeah, NBA Jam Street. No, it can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, NBA Street. No, it can't.
Well, it's like it's like to me, like say one of my favorite video game franchises ever is Earthbound or Mother. And I think the sequels were each kind of better. each time, but they only had 3 games. So then there's other ones. I've been a huge fan of Paper Mario, and that's just a whole debacle on its own. I don't know how much you know about that series, but that's
Never heard of it. I mean,
oh really?
no. Speaking, I mean, speaking of gaming, you can talk about that if you like, but I want to ask. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah.
it's actually funny. I mean, I bring up NBA Street anyway. Do you know that the second one on the GameCube actually has Mario characters in it?
Yes, I had a poster. So I used to get Nintendo Power magazine, and I had a poster that had like I don't remember. I don't know the basketball players' names because I don't watch basketball, but it was like I don't know, like say Michael Jordan or something, and like Mario playing basketball on the streets, and I'm like,
Well, yeah. I mean,
I like
I feel like even though you live in New Hampshire, that I feel like you know who Michael Jordan is. you know.
yeah, like I know him by name. That's I'm I never got into sports, so I only know like the biggest names, and that's about it.
Yeah. Like, did you ever play the game though? I mean, did you ever get to play it and be like, "Hey, I'm playing basketball as Mario"?
No, no, I part of me wished, but like just because Mario was in it, but I never actually got to play it. I think um actually yeah, no, there was a straight up Mario basketball game on the DS though.
Yeah, they did that, and then they released. Yeah, they did Mario Hoops 3-on-3, and then
Yeah.
I forget what console they did this on, but they did another sports title for Mario, but I said there was like 3 sports in one.
Oh yeah, Sports Mix.
Yeah, and I think basketball was in there too.
Oh yeah. But I don't know, Mario Hoops 3-on-3 though. That was weird. I didn't get to play that one myself, but like I've seen enough, and that was weird because it was made by Square Enix, and it had Final Fantasy characters that you could unlock.
Yeah, and funny enough, since we're talking about Mario sports game, they Nintendo has just said that they're releasing a Mario golf game for the Switch, and I am hyped.
I might get that because it's been a long time, so I might actually pick that up too. I'm just loving the what was it? I don't even know what they called it, but it's the freaking golf mode where you just hit the ball and then just run, like everybody all at once just playing all at the same time and running to the ball. And I'm like, that's really funny. It's just golf without limits.
So wait, the game is literally just gonna be. It's literally just gonna be you hitting the ball and then running after the ball. It's just not gonna hit the ball and
No,
switch.
it's a mode. It's one of them. It's a new mode. Like this, it's still classic like Mario Golf otherwise, but it's got like a mode where you just everybody plays golf at the same time. Like you're not taking turns. Everyone just hits the ball, and then you literally have to physically like move your character, like make him run to the ball, and you can actually trip people up and get power ups to stop people. Like that's just an extra mode, but I'm like that's funny.
Dude, I want to play. No, I love Mario Golf. I don't care what anyone says. I love that game.
Oh, it's fun. I brought back a story mode too. I think.
Yeah, because much of I never played the only Mario Golf games I ever played was the GameCube one, and the GameCube one was really good. I have never played the N64 one. I don't know if it's
I
good.
I missed out actually on most of those. The only one I actually played was the Game Boy Color one.
I played. I have that one for my DS via Virtual Console on the DS, but
Oh yeah, yeah. It's actually cool. I mean, it's a sports RPG. Weirdly enough,
I know.
it's such a weird concept, and I love it.
I mean, it's good. I have nothing. I mean, I got Mario Tennis and Mario Golf, the Game Boy versions via Virtual Console on my DS, but like Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color was not bad, but it's not my favorite.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. We all have favorites, right? Like
I mean,
I
it's like playing Donkey Kong Country to Donkey Kong Land. Which one are you gonna really play? Really?
yeah, yeah, that's fair. It's just like I think I just liked the Game Boy one because it had like that RPG thing going for it, which was neat. But I can totally see that. Like I didn't actually play the GameCube one, so I don't really remember much about it. But like yeah, I can see why it's definitely like probably more content, bigger, just a bigger game.
Yeah, because no, a game that I really a Mario sports title I'm really picky with is Mario Tennis because the first
Hmm.
one is really good. I really love the first one. I own it for my N64, right?
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Love that game. Love it. I do not like the GameCube version. I do not like that one at all because
I
what?
oh I
No, go ahead.
oh no yeah I bought it. I actually just never played it. I ended up just buying it for the sake of buying it and was like yeah, and then I just kind of didn't touch it.
Yeah, it's just I don't like it personally because what they basically did it's just Mario Tennis, but they just added these unnecessary power ups and stuff. I mean, I know it's supposed to be more fun that way, but like we don't need like unnecessary like power ups and whatever to make the game exciting. Like the game was already exciting already. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, it was a very fun like game to begin with. I guess I don't mind added stuff. It's just it would be cool. Like I don't know if this was something you could do, but like if they had the option to turn them off, then I'd be like all for it. I'd be like, yeah, sure, you know.
yeah,
Can I,
and I think the next one that came out after that is the one on the Switch. I think honestly, and
oh no, because I think they had one on the Wii U and it was really bad. I heard they had one called I think it was called Mario Tennis like Ultra Smash or something, and it was like so devoid of content. Like it played fine, but there was like nothing to do in it. So everybody was just like, "This is bad." But then the one on the Switch was apparently a good bit better than that. So
yeah, because the one on the Switch I haven't played yet. I don't know how it's
mm.
like. I mean, I don't know if it's just Mario Power Tennis 2.0, but I mean, like, I'm willing to give it a shot. If it's not like Mario Power Tennis at all, if it's just straight up like how the first one was, then I'm fine with that. I mean,
I know there's more mechanics they added in. I'm just not sure what anymore because I only played it briefly. It's like something I'd say like get it used, like get it used for cheap if you want to try it. But I would not buy that full price personally,
yeah, because I know
especially
that.
if you like the first one.
What's that?
Especially if you preferred the first one. I mean,
Yeah, because I know for a fact that the game acts like like I know that the Joy Cons on the Switch can also have be like a Wiimote where like there's motion control involved, like so you can like swing with it like a tennis racket for the game, and the game will act like you're swinging a tennis racket when you're swinging the thing. I think it is.
yeah, you can still use just basic button controls too, though.
That's what I would prefer. I think that'd be easier for me.
Oh, me too. I think the motion controls like I don't have a problem with them existing. I just don't want that to be the only option.
Yeah, low selling Wii to the younger audience folks.
I mean, you know, the Wii. You know, people say what you want about the Wii, but that thing it did numbers.
Hey, no, let's look at it this way. I'm pretty sure the Wii was so popular to the older folk. I'm pretty sure that your own parents have one, but they bought it themselves.
I will say my parents know just because my mom doesn't play games like at all, but I know plenty of people who have parents or grandparents even that have a Wii,
Yeah, you see, like,
and it's like
well, because
yeah, just oh sorry,
no, it's
I think there's like a slight delay in the call. It's like messing me up.
no, it's fine. It's like that whole. It's because that whole Wii Sports bowling thing and everything.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, really, it was just like I think it was just the whole novelty of oh, it's a video game, but you can get up and move. And then you know all the parents were like, "Oh, you're actually being active."
I like how you made that sound like oh, you're just being active.
It's like, oh, no, now you can actually like move instead of just sitting there and being lazy. Now you can get up and move, even though like most of the games can be played by just sitting there and like wiggling the Wii remote a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit off the sensor, and there it goes.
Oh yeah, I honestly do really like the Wii though. I think it was neat. I think it was like obviously it sold well, but I think there was a lot of people in like the gaming community that just like hated on it. It had some really good games on it though.
Yeah,
But
like, you wait, what are you gonna say?
oh, I was just gonna say like it just had some friggin' bangers on it, dude. Like Mario Galaxy, it's like one of my favorite games.
Hmm.
And that was on there, and they had a friggin' sequel to it right on the same console too. So it's like that's one perfect example. Had two Zeldas. I know that the latter one being Skyward Sword was not everyone's favorite, but hey, still two full Zelda adventures on one console.
Yeah,
Wii
I
U had none. Well, I guess it has Breath of the Wild technically. But...
yeah, as Breath of the Mild.
not a fan.
No, I was just playing around with the name because it's wild, mild.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I
Oh,
never,
okay.
definitely. I personally never been a Zelda fan. I mean, like, I couldn't get
All
behind
right.
it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's cool. I mean, I was just like, it's just kind of funny. Like, I know that some people very much don't like Breath of the Wild, even though it's like really, it's like critically acclaimed. But it's like the more popular something is, the more vocal the people who don't like it become. So I've heard an awful lot of Breath of the Wild hate, which is, it's fair.
I mean, like,
I'm like a casual Zelda fan. I'll enjoy them, but I really haven't beaten that many of them.
yeah, because I had like I because here I have a funny story about the Wii, right? So I had like the original Wii, like the real Wii, the white one that you
Oh
always.
yeah.
I had that. What happened was I used it so much that the disk drive got burnt out, and it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it
It
wasn't.
just wouldn't read discs.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that happened to our first one too.
yeah, we even bought like this thing that it's like a disc, right? And it has like a little thing on it, and you like squeeze like this alcohol stuff on this little pad you put on there, and you put it in there and rub it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to clean the laser. And
Oh yeah.
that worked for only so long, and then that wouldn't work. And, and then and then what happened was is that the thing just wouldn't read disc anymore, so we were just limited to the digital virtual console stuff we had. And
Oh,
and then we got the Wii U, and then we were able to play them again. And we were like, yeah, but since my brother moved out and he doesn't live with us anymore, he took the Wii U with him, and I only had the crappy Wii that didn't have that had the broken disc drive. And so what happened was is that I went to Wisconsin. Me and my family went to Wisconsin to this flea market thing, and there was like two booths that were like selling old video games, which I love, and one of them were selling a Wii Mini. Even though that thing is a piece of garbage, it's better than having a Wii with a broken disc drive. and so
oh yeah.
and so I bought that, and that's typically the Wii I have now.
Oh hey, I mean, you got to work in one. That's all that matters, even if it is the mini. I had to rebuy because mine, our old one did the same. My brother, I think, still has. I don't know if he still has the broken one or not. I just know that originally we shared that first Wii that we had, and then later on, by the point, like by the time I was like older, I had like a job and everything, and I was like, I bought like one of the later models of a Wii just so I could have one myself again.
Well, I mean, can't you just technically just get a Wii U by this point? Because the Wii U can play Wii games. So, I mean, can't you just technically do that now?
Yeah, I have a Wii U. I just don't like turning it on because I don't like the Wii U very much.
Yeah.
And like, I think you have to go through. This sounds really lazy. This is like first world problems to the max, but like you have to turn it on, and the Wii U takes a while to boot up in comparison, and then you have to go into a whole separate Wii menu that loads like the Wii's interface, and then then you can click on the game and actually load it up. So it's like a bunch of extra steps.
No, I feel you. I can feel that. Like, I can feel the laziness.
Yeah, no, it's like half the time I'm just playing my Switch nowadays, and part of that is just because, of course, it's the Switch and it's good, but the other part is it is the fastest console to boot up Like I hit the power button, it's on, it's ready.
Yeah, it's crazy how the Switch killed the DS. Like, it just obliterated the DS out of extinction.
Oh yeah, to be fair, I guess like the 3DS had a really good run, and it was like on its way out anyway. To be fair, but yeah, I think the Switch is on its way to being like one of their new best sellers. I could see it beating out the Wii eventually.
I think the Switch is going to be like Nintendo's new medium because like I don't think we're ever going to get like a new like DS of any kind anymore because
No.
we got the Switch now.
Yeah, no, they're never gonna go back to that. I think at best we'll get like look, I think what will happen is we're probably going to get like a Switch Pro type thing, and then like a few more years down the line, they might release like a Switch 2 or something, which I'm fine with that.
But what do you think of this whole? There's the regular Switch, right? Like the one we all know, the regular one. But what do you think of the ones that they're making that's just strictly portable and you can't dock them?
I don't mind that it's there. I don't want it, but it's like it's not bad for like a budget option, you know.
Yeah,
It's like somebody who can't quite afford the full one, or somebody that just really doesn't want to play it on the TV anyway, and they're like, well, what's the point of buying the full price one when I can just get this one?
Yeah, because I think there was like a study that was shown and put out there from Nintendo themselves, and they said that what you call it that how is this? I got to word it properly. Okay, so they say that people actually play the thing like out like off the dock, like in handheld mode. Like that's like the most popular way that people play the Switch.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I know my brother does. I'm actually a guy who likes to play it on the dock myself, but I know plenty of people who are like, yeah, handheld all the way.
I like handheld mode because like for me, like I don't know if your house has this or you don't live in a house, right? You live in an apartment, you said?
Yeah, I'm in an apartment.
Yeah, I live in a house personally. So what happened? So the nice thing is that like my house has a sunroom on it, and like when like if like me and my mom or something are like sitting out there just like enjoying the weather or whatever, I can actually bring the Switch out there and kick out the little kickstand and just like take the things off and just like play Sega's Columns for like a few hours straight in the nice weather if I wanted to.
Oh no, yeah, that kind of stuff is great. I love the accessibility and all the different like ways you can play it because I've taken it to like I'll go to the laundromat or something and I can take the Switch with me if if it's like, oh, I want to wait around. I don't like leaving my laundry behind, so I'm like, oh, I'll just take my Switch with me and play a game or something.
You got like you're not one of those apartment buildings that has like the washer and dryer in them. No.
No, yeah, I wish, but no. I can't complain though. It's a good apartment. It's a good deal. So
yeah, because oh man, it's going to apartment talk now. But no, no, but like I grew up in apartments basically my whole life, and like until I started living where I lived before I live here where I live now. But my first apartment, we had to do the laundromat thing, and that's before the Switch days. That was like the early 2000s,
Oh yeah. So if you didn't have like a DS or like a Game Boy Advance or something.
Yeah, if you didn't have like a Game Boy Color, you had nothing to do.
Yeah. Like typically, it's like if I didn't have a game though, since I do a lot of art, I would just take like my sketchbook with me and just doodle in that.
But the second apartment I lived in had the washer and dryer, so we didn't have to go to the laundry anymore. So I was like,
oh yeah, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh man, it's funny because this is like this whole thing. This was like a cosplay centric podcast, right?
Sort of, but it was mainly about just you.
Oh, okay. It was just kind of funny because I'm like, man, cosplay came up, and then we're just talking about Nintendo.
I mean, we can talk about awesome cosplays we've seen on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I mean, I was just like ready to talk about whatever, so it's all good by me. I just thought it was funny. But yeah, I mean, I could talk about some of the ones. I've done a few others, like other than the Homestuck ones.
I mean, do you have a favorite Homestuck cosplayer personally on Instagram?
Uh, no, okay, so I'm weird. I don't even have Instagram. Oh no, I do. I don't use it. Um,
Oh, you're one of those people. Oh, I have one, but I don't use it.
yeah, I'm more of a Twitter guy. God help me, but um, but yeah, no, I don't know a lot of cosplayers by like name or anything. But I mean, I've seen some fantastic ones, like perusing, like just browsing around the internet or something.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I want to see one of a specific character, I don't know, maybe I'll like Google it or something, and I'll like see pictures and go, oh my god, how do people do this?
Yeah, I mean, like, like something I guess I wanted to bring up that I never got to that we never really even got to in this conversation is that like obviously you and Crunchy Pop, as people on this podcast know him as, you guys used to live together because obviously you guys are brothers. So
Yeah.
so like, how is living there with him like?
I mean, my brother's really kind of my best friend, so that part's good. My only problem, okay, I don't want to sound like I'm airing grievances. You know, he was good to live with.
Mm-hmm.
He was good to live with. I think he's a little messier than me. That was the only thing I had was like he's a little messier than I am. Once in a while, I'd be like, oh my god, please pick this up. But no, it was living with him was good though.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You know,
how long have you been
he's
living on your own now? Then.
oh, not even quite a year yet. I moved out here. I moved into this apartment in like May last year, like May 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not quite a year yet, but it's nice. I've never lived alone before, so it's like now I have all this time to focus on what I want to do. Like I have control over my time because I get very distracted when there's people around.
I mean, if you had a girlfriend, then you can be like, hey, you want to come back and chill in my apartment? You can say that now.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't dated in a long time, so I'm like, I thought about it, but I'm like, I gotta work on myself before I even think about that.
No, it'd be no. I mean, it's a lot better than saying like, "Hey, do you want to come chill at my house with my homies?" And then they say, "Who's your homies?" And then you say, "Oh, it's just like my brother and his significant other." And they're just like, "Oh."
Yeah, that's all I see. Yeah, I guess yeah. Maybe it does sound a little better. I mean, hey, it's that house too. That was our childhood home.
Yeah.
And, I guess it's better than when my mom was still living in the house, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, girlfriend, come over. By the way, I live with my mom. I'm 25. Oh, actually, she was out by the time I was 25, but yeah. Still not.
And they're like, oh, okay.
Oh, jeez. It was a weird situation, though, just because it's my dad owns the house, but he lives in another state, and my mom used to live in the house with us and then moved out after she got married again. So then we were just renting the house from my dad. It was really weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, but from what I was told though, you guys are actually from Massachusetts and then from New Hampshire. So I mean, like,
Oh yeah. Well, we started in Massachusetts, but we like moved up to New Hampshire when I was like 4 or 5.
yeah. So you didn't really have like a childhood there. You have more of a life in New Hampshire than in Massachusetts, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I have some memories of Massachusetts, but most of my childhood memories are from that one house up in New Hampshire. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but hey, I mean, like, now you're on your own. Now you could like start in your own personal journey. Because hey, I mean, you may be in this apartment now, but just like wait till years down the road, you may be like in your own house and have your own art room and like have a basement where you can have nothing but build an arcade because you're such a gamer. And, like arcade one-ups if you can't afford the real thing. But
Oh yeah.
but dude, like the possibilities are endless. This is just the beginning for you, man. Just 1 year in this apartment, but like 2 years from now, you could be out of that apartment somewhere nicer. Who knows? You know?
Yeah, who knows? I'm a very like just see what happens kind of person. So it's like, yeah, I like this apartment, but if something were to come along, or if I finally was able to, make a bit more money to afford a house, you never know.
But yeah, man, an hour and 5 minutes.
Oh,
That is crazy.
oh wait,
What?
we're in what?
We're an hour and 5 minutes in,
Oh, an hour and 5 minutes. Oh, oh shoot, yeah,
dude.
that went by.
That flew by fast. My God.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love talking. I really do. So it goes by pretty quick.
Hey, man.
I just got a lot of stuff to say.
I mean, hey, the next time I have you on will be when you and the boy Crunchy Pop are together. So
That'll be something, yeah.
that would be an episode.
Oh, yeah, it'll be funny though. It'll be fun. I'm gonna be seeing him tomorrow because he's gonna be coming over just to hang out. So that'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, like
We'll probably talk about it then.
Yeah, because like I talk to him like basically every single Sunday almost. So I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah. And he'll get back to me with details and stuff too. So that'll we'll organize it. My work schedule is pretty much set every week, so it's like it's never unpredictable. It's always the same, so I can always I know exactly when I'm available.
that you see, I almost had a job like that, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get jobs like that sometimes.
Yeah, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. I mean, like that would have been my schedule.
Oh yeah, I mean that's me right now. It's 6 to 4:30. I do 4 10-hour days. It's a
Uh,
factory job.
is it Plastic Factory, if I can ask?
No, we make they make a product called Afterbite, which is for you put it on bug bites.
Mm-hmm.
We do a few things really, but that's the primary one. Not to advertise for my job on here,
Hey, no, hey.
but yeah, that's it.
Like,
Uh,
I guess with an hour and 8 minutes in, I guess we should do our outros. You know,
yeah, yeah.
I'll do my
Oh yeah.
outro and I'll let you do yours.
Oh,
Thank you everyone for listening to episode 143 of Cyber Timebite. You can find me on Facebook at Cyber Timebite. You can follow me on Twitter at Nostalgia Vamp. You can follow me on Instagram at Nostalgia Vampire. You can buy my merchandise at Redbubble under Crash Even Gear. For even the sport is the most powerful of them all. Buy the Circus Duck merch at Teespring. And just make sure to listen to this podcast and every single episode I made before this, and even this one, because that this podcast is pretty awesome. I feel you.
all right. Did I plug myself?
Yeah, just tell the lovely people where they can find you and everything that you know for.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. My Twitter handle there at Mister Saturn 123. That's spelled out. It's MisterSaturn 123. There on Twitter. I also have a DeviantArt. If anybody still uses that, that's just Mister Saturn. Mister is spelled out. And my webcomic, which you can read at if-i.thecomicseries.com, which I believe you said you were going to share that on the Facebook post or something.
Yeah, like usually what I do when I upload the episodes is that I have like this set thumbnail that says Cyber Time Bite and a picture of me in the background of Chicago because that's where I'm from, and so
Mm.
and then I usually put the picture of the person I'm interviewing and then the episode number and the name. So when I post that post, then I'll post the comic post after that. Or I can even do it right now. I mean I don't really care when I do it, but like probably be more significant if I were to do when I upload the actual interview. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I sent the link to you specifically, so if you just if you want to just copy it, that works. I can also put whatever else you need. But yeah, that's where you can find me, though.
Yeah, because if you,
If you need to find do you know where to? I guess. I don't know.
like not if you.
That's the sequel. That's gonna be the sequel.
It's just like you're just calling for that, like you're sort of just calling for that, just like not if me, if you.
I do actually have a sequel plan too. It's not actually going to be called If You though.
I mean, it sounds reasonable at this point, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go for a similar style of name since I want to fit the naming convention, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
But hey, man, thanks everyone for listening to episode 143 of Cyber Tiny Bite. All of you have a fantastic day. Have a good one.
See you.